Alexa, ask Lambda what's currently showing.
Lambda are currently performing Alexa productions at Duke of York's, Brighton for £10 per person.
Alexa, ask Picturebox what films are showing this month.
The editor picks movies are Bride of Chucky, The Moguls, Fastest, 4.3.2.1, Control Factor. The new movies are State of Play, Bowfinger, The Guardian, 90, The Kids Are Alright, The Car, Georgia Rule, Cape Fear, 91, The Good Shepherd, Problem Child 3.
Alexa, ask Travel Nation for the latest blog.
4 stunning vantage points in the USA for the solar eclipse 2017. When is the next total solar eclipse? On the 21st of August 2017, sky watchers will be treated to a rare and spectacular celestial show, the first total eclipse of the sun visible.
So I've got Alexa to pull in information from one of our sites, but I found that views in Drupal doesn't actually export stuff as plain text as it should. So I'm just trying to filter that out now. And hopefully in the next few minutes I'll get some information from one of our sites.
Right. So one of the things you said earlier that you had to do is you had to set up HTTPS on...
Yeah, so there's quite a few hoops I had to go through. I had to set up HTTPS on Acquia's servers on the dev environment so I could play around with Alexa. And then I also had to make sure that Cloudflare wasn't configured in a way where it blocked the requests from Alexa, which was quite a fun one to figure out.
Because it has to be more than just a self-signed certificate, doesn't it, for it to work?
Yeah, it has to be a certified SSL. And so I was thinking I could just use Cloudflare, but then Cloudflare, as a part of its security precautions, filters out the requests for Alexa, which meant I had to then whitelist the IP so I could then get a response back.
So what's the Amazon development environment like then?
It's relatively straightforward. You have to enter in a few different bits about your skill. So for example, what it might be called, it gets an application ID, which is what you use to link it up with Drupal. Then you say what you want to do basically, and yeah, what text you'd like to use to activate an utterance.
Right, so yeah, Louis was saying something about how if you like ask for like a date, it breaks dates down into, like it will recognise things like tomorrow, next week, 3 weeks time, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so there's a few functions built into the Amazon API to allow for things which are not normally part of kind of day-to-day speech, which needs to be kind of converted into something which your code can actually understand. So you just use those to convert it, basically. So yeah, once you kind of convert those things, you have an utterance, which is what you want to initiate the request. You then have to go through and configure where you want that to go, and this is the bit that I had lots of fun with, was trying to get it to connect up to one of our sites. So yeah, using the Alexa Drupal module, I was able to link the two up together, and now I can test around.
So it's using that Drupal module fairly straightforward?
It wasn't as easy as I would have hoped it to be. It depends on a composer package, which you have to use a package manager to install, which is kind of the standard way of doing things nowadays, but back when Drupal 7 was first created, there wasn't that support, so it's kind of a bit hacking to get it up and running on Drupal 7.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah, because the one that you're working on at the moment is a Drupal 7 site anyway,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
on Drupal 7 site.
Yeah. Whereas I think what Louis is probably going to be looking at doing, because the one he's doing would be a Drupal 8 one. So that's
Yeah,
really-
and what some of the other guys have been doing is they've been working with just a really bare bones PHP framework called Silex, which allows them to just connect pretty much out of the box with not much hacking about, which to get it up and running with Drupal you have to go through a few extra hurdles.
Yeah, so I think like with Higgins' one, he's just got like a dummy JSON feed, and he's just doing the skills bit and then pulling his data from his feed.
Yeah, and you could just connect. You could have a kind of Alexa app, which then pulls the data from an exposed view or something in Drupal. But yeah, I thought I might try doing it the other way around, which is just using Drupal from the get-go to get the information across.
I've got Drupal module on CLP running,
Right.
which gets a poem of the day
Okay.
and returns it. The issue we're having at the moment is using Alexa's PHP API through Drupal.
Right.
You connect it all through Composer and have it all running,
Right.
and it's taken a bit of time to be able to call the function from Drupal.
Right.
And being able to let Drupal use handle the post requests.
Right.
At the moment it gives you a 403 error.
So is that a module you've written yourself, or are you using the
Yeah, I've written it myself.
Right.
And the API is from Amazon though.
Right.
Alexa, ask Ski Safari what are the currently featured offers.
Featured offers include Winter Wonderland, Christmas in Merkdalen at £899, Feed Reindeer in Vendelen at £725, Nero Pina, St. Moritz Uncovered at £975, Ski and Culture, Merkdalen and Bergen at £1,095, Norway is open for business at £975, Half Term in Norway from Scotland at £700.
How have you done that then?
Basically expose the feed on the Ski Safari dev site,
Right.
which I then called from the Alexa app that was based on the stuff that Louis set up using the Silex framework.
Right.
So that would then call the Drupal site feed, and then create the response for Alexa from that.
Okay. So how long has that taken roughly to get to that stage of that then?
Just over 2 hours.
Right.
So this is the JSON response from the Drupal callback.
Yeah.
This is the file that Alexa will read, so it knows what to say and how to interpret the response. This tells you what the CLP poem of the day is. So at the moment it's just random, so each time you reload, the poem changes. Eventually the plan would be have a node queue of type in place to dynamically update every day what the new poem of the day will be.
Right. And then that poem's going to be MP3 file.
The poem will be an MP3 file in the end, yes.
Yeah.
We don't know how it's going to work, but I was imagining it. So Alexa would then say, would you like me to read the poem for you?
Right.
You say yes, and then it'd read it out as an audio format.
Right. Or I might just read it straight away if you just say, yeah. So that'd be about creating that poem as an individual media resource on the CLPE site, because we have those already, and then putting that into the node queue.
Yeah.
So today, what would you say has been your single biggest pain point?
Pain point was probably with the thing that I started doing this morning with Drupal.org, trying to talk to it to determine whether a given user is active or not.
Right.
And getting all that to work.
So was the difficulty with that, with actually just recognising names?
Well, yeah, that was the main difficulty.
Right.
Was the recognition of the names.
Because we had some fun with that, didn't we? Like asking it like my name and Ian's name, other people's names, and then what it would think it heard versus what it actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.